Hi everybody, I'm doing a video today on hair. So we're going to be talking about hair structure, we're going to be talking about the growth stages of hair, hair loss, types of hair and scalp issues, and treatments for those things. So we'll start off with talking about the structure. Hair is simple in structure but has important functions in social functioning. I'm going to show you a picture right there. Hopefully you can see that. There we go. Hair is made of a tough protein called keratin. A hair follicle anchors each hair into the skin. The hair bulb forms the base of the hair follicle. In the hair bulb, living cells divide and grow to build the hair shaft. Blood vessels nourish the cells in the hair bulb and deliver hormones that modify hair growth and structure at different times of life. There are basically three phases of hair growth. One is anagen. It's called the growth phase. Most hair is growing at any given time. Each hair spends several years in this phase. Catagen is the transitional phase. Over a few weeks, hair growth slows and the hair follicle shrinks. Telogen is the resting phase. Over months, hair growth stops and old hair detaches from the hair follicle. A new hair begins the growth phase, pushing the old hair out. So as you get older, the anagen phase gets shorter. That's the growth phase. And then the telogen, or the resting phase, gets longer. There are a few other phases sort of tied into that. So with the anagen phase, there's also the exogen phase. The new hair shaft pushes the old dead hair shaft out of the skin and the old hair falls out. And anagen finished, the new hair extends beyond the surface of the skin and then keeps growing. The hair shaft fully matures. And we already talked about catagen and telogen. So as long as you get older, the anagen stage gets shorter and the telogen phase gets longer. So hair grows at a different rate for different people. The average rate is 1/2 an inch per month. And hair color is created by pigment cells producing melanin in the hair follicle. With aging, pigment cells die and hair turns gray, which is the stage I'm at, definitely with my pigment. I am again growing it out. The top layer is not so noticeable, but underneath I've got a good 2 or 3 inches. But that's okay. I'm growing it out to see how it works out. My hair's super healthy right now, so I figure why not. Okay, hair conditions. Alopecia areata. Round patches of total hair loss, usually from the scalp. Causes unknown, hair can grow back. Male pattern baldness. The most common type of hair loss in men usually includes either a reducing hairline, hair loss at the crown, or both. Hair can grow back from that as well. Female pattern baldness. Hair loss usually includes uniform thinning across the scalp with preserved hairline, which was not my case. I actually had it receding back here, and on the sides. It's all growing back now, which is awesome. And I think it might have even been thinning there. But, I mean, it was uniform in the thinning, but there was definitely not a preserved hairline, so that was kind of scary. The crown may be affected, but hair loss rarely proceeds to baldness as it does in men. Which I don't know if that's better or worse, to be honest. I don't really want to have patchy hair on my scalp, personally. Okay, another issue was dandruff, also known as seborrheic dermatitis. Ongoing mild inflammation of the scalp resulting in scaly skin that may be itchy and flake off. Seborrheic dermatitis can also affect the ears and the face, which I had no idea about that. I've never seen that, but apparently it's something that does happen to some people. Telogen effluvium, which is lots of hair shedding. I had that too. I guess sort of the same thing. A month or two after a personal shock such as surgery, childbirth, or severe stress, hair can abruptly fall out in large patches. Mine didn't fall out in large patches. Typically here, the hair does grow back though. There's also postpartum alopecia hair loss, which is after you have a baby. I know a lot of women go through that. Hair can grow back from that as well. Folliculitis, inflammation of hair follicles, usually due to an infection such as a staph bacteria infection. Acne is a form of this also, caused by inflammation. There are some other ones also, just quickly: piedra, fungal infection of the hair shaft; tinea capitis, I may not be pronouncing that properly, which is ringworm; and head lice, which we all know what that is. Yuck. It often happens at daycares and preschools. So hair loss can be either on the scalp, or actually it can occur for the entire body. The main causes, like we just talked about what kinds of losses there are, but the main causes of the hair loss are heredity, hormonal changes, stress, medical conditions, or medications even. And the hair loss can be either pure balding or just thinning out. So ways to treat that: you can just not treat it, or some people do different hairstyles to try and cover up. You can use hats, scarves, or you can go into treatments, scalp treatments, follicle treatments, that sort of thing, which I will describe quickly right now. And so I'm not going to worry about hair tests. That's kind of okay. So hair treatments. There is testosterone therapy for men. There is Rogaine, which is medicine. So that's like chemical kind of thing. That can help prevent hair loss. Finasteride regrows some hair. It's also called Propecia, I think. Can prevent loss of hair also. It's also a medication. Hair transplants, so these are surgery options. Hair transplants or scalp reduction, which is, you know, if that's what you feel you need to do, go ahead. I personally always choose the least toxic and the least invasive ways of doing things if I can. It's sometimes not an option for people, but that's basically where I start. Hair electrolysis also, that's a fine needle inserted into the hair follicle. Or you can just use a premium hair care line and simply shampoo and condition your hair for it to grow back, which works for most people. Let's see here. So, yeah. So if you have any of the first 5 conditions that I mentioned, actually 6 because of the postpartum was the 6th one, I may be able to help you with that. I may have a solution for you. If you just want to improve your hair quality, I can most likely help you with that. And if you want to switch to a naturally based, cruelty-free and non-toxic hair care line, I can help you with that. I definitely can help you with that one. And every time you invest in yourself through me, you're also helping save the animals. And with that, have a great evening, folks. If you have any questions, let me know. If you're interested or need any information, direct message me. I'm always there. Okay, thanks. Have a great night.